In this program, we're going to learn to do some more formatting. So I'll call this project Formatting More Stuff. We'll make ourselves a class now. I'll give it the same name, Formatting More Stuff. We'll get some documentation in here quickly, including the name of the file. We'll learn how to use decimal format in J-option pane dialogues. We'll also learn about String.format, although that should be a lowercase f in that blue documentation. All right, we'll make a decimal format object and then use it in a J-option pane. So here's decimal format. I'll just call it df equals new decimal format, and then I'll put a decimal format in the quotation marks. You can do what you like. Notice I've used some pound signs and some zeros. Going to have to import decimal format. You can leave it at the top of your code if you like. I like to move it down beyond the documentation just above the start of the class. I'll make a double variable called answer, and I'll have it equal 400.0 divided by 8.3. Just looking for something that would have a lot of decimals that would need to be formatted. J-option pane.showMessage dialog. Remember, the first argument is null, and then we'll use df.format, similar to what you saw before, and put answer in as our argument. And of course, we'll have to import the J-option pane. There we go. Let's run it. There's the answer, formatted to 3 decimal places. We can put text in front of that as well. So I'll put a string literal, the answer is, and then have the answer show up formatted. Could probably use a period at the end of that. Well, we can do that as well. So the decimal format doesn't have to be the last thing inside there. It could be in between 2 string literals. Move that down because we're running out of room on the side. Let's look at how we could format percents. I'll have a variable here called chance of snow. I'll make it 40 divided by 100, and I'll cast the 40 as a double, so we get an answer of 0.4 instead of 0, since those are both integers. Once again, J-option pane.showMessage dialog. The first argument null. And then I'll show chance of snow. We'll do it unformatted at first. We'll run it and see what we get. And it is 0.4. So unformatted, of course, it terminates in the 10th spot. We can use the decimal format we had earlier and do df.format and then put in chance of snow in parentheses as the argument. And with the way our decimal format is set up, df, we should get 3 decimal places. And there they are, 0.400. Next, we're going to learn how to use String.format. So I will declare a string variable. I'll call it output. And I'll have it equal String.format. And in parentheses, first comes the format in quotation marks. It is a string. So there is a %f. It's a floating point thing, but we want 2 decimal places, so we'll put 0.2 in there. To make a % sign show up, we'll have to put double % signs because, of course, 1% sign actually means something inside this formatting. So double % sign will give us a single % sign to display. What we want to format is the variable chance of snow. So that's our argument. And now we'll display it in a J-option pane. So J-option pane.showMessage dialog, the first argument, null, And then the second is just going to be the string output. And there it is. But we got 0.40 because remember that's what 40 divided by 100 is. We've got to multiply chance of snow by 100. That will give us an actual percent. Ah, 40% chance of snow today, to 2 decimal places. We can have more than one argument in string.format. We'll copy this and paste it. And instead of snow, we'll make a spot ready for a string with %s. And then we'll make our second argument rain, the string rain. We'll copy and paste this. We simply need to change output to output 2. And we can see how this works. A 40% chance of rain. That argument, of course, can also be a variable. So if we create a string variable called weather and make it pancakes, maybe like cloudy with a chance of meatballs, take out rain and put in weather. And there's a 40% chance of pancakes today. Everything lined up as we expected.